Well, in just the last 3 hours, the Prior Lake Savage Area School Board voted to get rid of its equity and inclusion plan within the district. The resolution was adopted in 2020, but it never mandated any initiatives or programs. Jennifer Hoff is here with what led up to the vote and what happens next.
Julie, the police killings of George Floyd and Daunte Wright, followed by several racist incidents in that district, inspired a committee to come up with this resolution that some board members tonight argued has just become divisive, while others say it affirms a set of values. Either way, the issue was taken up with little transparency and not much notice.
A gathering outside.
We got Connect 4 over there. We've got a lot of treats.
Before everyone heads inside the Prior Lake Savage Area School District Services Center, where a longtime equity resolution was on the chopping block.
Next on the agenda is the open forum.
Does this process feel transparent to you?
One Michael Nelson helped draft 5 years ago, surprised now by the board's lack of discussion to dismantle what she says was its commitment to anti-racism then.
This board let the resolution gather dust. It is only now an issue because certain people in our community clamor to remove any mention of equity.
The vote comes amidst the Trump administration's move to end diversity, equity, and inclusion programs, calling them wasteful. The district says it receives more than $1 million a year to address issues like closing the achievement gap for minority students, and that the resolution was in part to help that, except the board chair says the gap remains unchanged, leading to a majority of the members voting to discontinue it.
Motion carries 5-2.
The equity work, which our superintendent and our teachers stand for, do not lie only in a resolution. It is work that is done day in and day out.
I personally believe that real change comes from our actions, not something on paper.
A decision, no doubt, that will split a community.
I was totally surprised by this.
With students caught in the middle and a board under scrutiny.
They cannot do business that supports the children that it's supposed to educate.
So I think it's fair to say there are still a lot of questions here tonight. The board chair has not responded to our interview requests, and we're still working to learn how this resolution will be dissolved and what, if any, process there is moving forward. Supporters had hoped that there would be more discussion around this and perhaps that resolution would just be revised rather than completely dissolved moving forward.
But we're not clear on whether this is going to change anything as far as staffing, hiring, curriculum. This was mostly, what we understand, a statement.
It was quite a statement for the district to say these are the values that we stand by. There was nothing mandated to say this is how we're going to hire by, this is how we're going to teach by. But again, these are some questions that we would have liked to ask the board chair, who is, we're told, the only one that was answering any of those questions. And the meeting just wrapped up a few minutes ago.
All right. Thank you, Jennifer.